Welcome to Stockpedia. Today, what we're going to talk about are the top 5 things for dummies to make quick investment decision. Because some of the times we would see some media, friends, family members saying which stock is good, which is which. We always hear these kind of things, but we never act because we don't know what to do, what to say, what to see. Today, I'm going to bring you 5 things you have to look at before you make your investment decision. Very quickly, let's go through it. Firstly, we have to look at the chart. Secondly, institutional ownership. Thirdly, short interest, option chain prediction, and finally, analyst rating. After seeing these five elements, you can make your investment decision really quickly. But of course, you have to know how to control the risk. Okay, let's get into that one by one. Stock price of Teladoc is keep growing up, and now that I select the all for the all-time chart of this stock, we could see something out of the stock is that when the RSI, the relative strength index, is higher than 70 or over 80, it is time for retreat. Yeah, usually take a month for half a month to retreat, right? We see these incidents for one time, 1, 2, 3, having 3 times that when the RSI is over 80, then it retreat. So right now, what I can say is for this stock, because you could see the revenue, the fundamentals, the overall trend, and also the overall industry is growing. The stock price, is of course will be growing up. That's quite certain, I can say. So right now is a good entry point if it is looking from relative strength index point of view, because it's lower than 60 and it is relatively safe right now. This is one of the things to look at for when we are advised to buy a stock for dummies. Yeah, especially for dummies. Of course, we can look at the stock in different perspective in chart, but this is the most simplest way to look at. We could see the institutional ownership 77.89, which is relatively higher compared with other stock. We take another example. This is the AMC having 25.66 institutional ownership. This is a very significant number. Why institutional ownership is very important is that consider that an institutional investor usually they would hold the stock longer, and some of the funds they have their mandates that they are not allowed to buy and sell the stocks within a very short time. Therefore, the stocks they hold are gonna be less volatile. This is usually the case when you see a stock having higher institutional ownership, meaning that the volatility is lower. And it makes sense that as in AMC, you see the upside and downside is quite a lot. Just in one day, it could walk it up 30% and go down 30%. This is because there are the stock movement involve a lot of retailers buy and sell within a very short time, because individual investors usually they would sell very often because they are not bound by any mandates or regulation to buy and sell. They can buy and sell in 10 minutes or 5 minutes. So the stock can be very volatile, which is not a very good option if the institutional investor are so less. And as well, when you look in a stock for a long-term perspective, if the institutional investor are so less like AMC, is when the institutional investor holding the stock for a very long time, the supply of shares, the outstanding shares supplying to the market will become less and less. The stock price will be going up and up again. That's the reason we have to buy in a stock having a higher institutional ownership. That's why if we are to if someone suggests me to buy AMC Entertainment, I would reject it right away. That's the reason. That's one interest has been increasing. As we can see from Q2, Q3, and Q4, the short interest has been increasing up to now, Q1, Q2 of 2012. This is a very good signal that more people are shorting the stock. We have to look at it to see whether the increase has been significant. Up to now, we see the percentage of shares being shorted is around 12.35%, which is not significant. Therefore, we are not going to worry. We are not going to worry about the short interest will be affecting much about the price. Chain of this website, the market beat. Then we select the date. For example, 1 month from now, we click on the open interest, and then we see the biggest open interest is the contract 145 strike price, having 163 open interest, which is not much, but we can take it as an example that the meaning of this is by June 25th, people are thinking that the price should be over 145. More people think the price will be over 145. And in the second contract, second biggest open interest contract, people are thinking it is over 147. And what about the third one? The third one saying 185. The price will be over 185 by June 25th. And as well, people thinking it's 180. This is a very good reference that we can see whether we should invest or short sell the stock. As you can see, the fifth biggest contract is 110. The interest open is 96, which is not that much, which is comparatively similar to the 180 strike call. What we can derive from this is more people are thinking that the price will be rising over 145 or 140 something by June 25th. So let's look at another date. If you are a long-term investor, we may look at longer. We may take a longer view towards the stock. We can take 2022 January 21st to see whether people are still bullish or bearish. Okay, we then click on open interest to see. We could see that the highest open interest, you could see the strike price 150. We could see the put contract having 8,755, thinking that the price will be under 150. And in the second largest contract is 190, 5,510. And as well, we could see 110 also having the largest, having a very big open interest. And as well, for 130 and 160. So it is kind of bearish for next year, January. So what I can say from the option chain is that people are thinking for short term it will rise over 150, but in half year term, the stock may be still going under 150. This is the meaning of looking at the option chain. This is a good reference for investor to look at things from different angle before your investment. Analyst rating for a stock. Very simple. Just look at here. The average 12 months price target is 241.45. This is the average taken from 29 Wall Street analysts. So what I can say is most of the analysts are thinking that the prices should be higher than now. The valuation. What about AMC? The average 12-month price target is 4.56, taken from 10 Wall Street analysts. Means that the price is going to go down if the analysts are correct. These are the very important things we have to look at, especially when we are dummies. We don't care to look at the fundamentals of the company. We at least to look at the analyst rating to see whether the price right now is reasonable. Otherwise, we make very, very bad investment judgment. And